Hi, Kurt, and a very warm welcome to today's episode. Before we get started, why don't you start by introducing yourself and share a little bit about why you're joining today's show?
Certainly. Thanks for having me along, Amanda. My name is Kurt Hennessy. I am the help desk and support for Consat Telematics here in Australia. So my main role is speaking with customers, communicating with customers on potential faults or problems or suggestions, that sort of thing. And the reason why I'm joining you today is because I am also visually impaired. So I wanted to share with you a little bit on some of the experiences that I have with public transport and the ways that we can improve as a team.
Mm, Excellent. Okay, and since you don't drive yourself, then public transportation obviously plays a very big role in your everyday life.
Yes, absolutely. So many people who just drive to work sort of take it for granted that getting to and from work might be quite easy. But when you're running through public transport, short of, say, the buses or trains just not running, there are a lot of other factors for someone with a disability like myself, such as ensuring that we're given the proper information in order to catch the correct service or not miss services or avoid general confusion, having to ask others, that sort of thing.
Mm. And I know we put a lot of effort into color, contrast, clarity, and I would assume that these details actually matter a lot more than we'd think.
Absolutely. So color and contrast, that it making it correct is the difference between, say, someone like myself having to walk up right to a screen, almost put my face on it, or
Mhm.
standing a few meters back and being able to read it properly. So I've always preferred a light colored text on a dark colored background. That just makes it far easier to read and just makes that experience far more bearable. So and then also on the clarity, there are other factors as well. So it's not just necessarily the screens inside the bus, it's also the quality of the audio announcements, the destination signs outside the bus as well, um, and even just printed signs, whether they be in buses or at platforms, at stations, etc. But I'm also working on a side project myself where I've rewritten the destination sign fonts. So I expect that would just make that journey a bit more clearer for everyone once we implement that.
Great. Yeah, I really hope so. And just talking to you today, I'm learning a lot about things I've never really thought about myself. And I know we've done some work with Santiago, and I hope I don't butcher his last name, Velaquez, an electrical engineer who's launched an app called Halo and has integrated to our system through APIs. So maybe you want to touch upon the results of our cooperation together.
Yes, so we have been working with Santiago for over a year now, and it's been a very good partnership. So the Halo app enables people who need extra assistance at, say, a bus stop or a tram stop to alert the driver or operation staff that they need extra assistance. And now extra assistance could be anything from, hey, I'm vision impaired and I might know what bus is mine when it pulls up, or I have a guide dog or I use a wheelchair, that sort of thing. And it will be notified to the driver of the correct service so they can therefore keep an eye out for that person, perhaps stop the bus for them or call out to them, that sort of thing. But the fact that the driver gets informed means that that journey just becomes that more reliable, and so we don't wind up, say, catching the wrong bus, that sort of thing. So that app uses our passenger pickup API. So it's it's very simple, but it's very effective at getting the desired results.
It sounds like a game changer in many ways.
Mhm.
Mm. So if you could ask kind of to summarize, if you could ask for one improvement within passenger information systems to make travel easier or smoother for someone with a visual impairment, what would that be?
So it really does depend on where we are in the world because different parts of the world have sort of different standards. Currently in Australia, very few buses have functioning passenger info systems with audio and video. So yeah, the first thing would be to ensure that we have a consistent consistency across buses with, the position of the screens, the pattern of the announcements, that kind of thing. So we can be sure what we're um, waiting to hear, make sure that it's in the right place, that sort of thing.
Mm.
So ensuring that they have passenger information would be the first step. And then going forward, things like consistent layouts and consistent contrasts and colors as well.
Okay, thanks for that. And I just one final question crossed my mind out of curiosity. Is this why you decided to join this industry or Consat from the beginning to actually be able to make a change?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
So I previously had I'd say a passion for transport, buses, that sort of thing, and a certain opportunity arose, and I was able to jump on that through a different company. But eventually, I've come to Consat, and hopefully, my input will can drive a better future for people like myself.
Yeah, I'm sure it will, and it already is. So thank you so much for joining, Kurt. I've learned a lot, and I hope our listeners have as well.
Thank you very much.